Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. That's a very, very silent raid, yes. Hello. Thank you for the raid. Chosen. Thank you. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you also, Juan, for the follow during the intro. That is super weird. It showed up in chat as 105 raiders. My activity feed is now saying a party of 1. What? What? Twitch, what are you doing? Regardless, thank you. Yeah. Recap. Twitch doing Twitch thing. Yes, indeed. Last time we started working on this thing, which is basically it. Okay, go back a couple of months. Hold up.
Would you rather fight a baby zombie with the health of an ender dragon or an ender dragon with the size of a baby zombie?
Yay.
Wait. Damn it. Thanks, Winar. What? Our viewer count did increase by about 100. Did it? Mine hasn't moved, but the dashboard is like super slow always. I would rather fight a baby zombie with the health of an ender dragon. I think I could mash on that for a while. Tough question, yes. Hey, Alex, thank you for the follow as well. Yeah, so a couple of months ago, a number of months ago now, Avamans approached me and pitched a game idea to me. That game turned into what was the Great Minecraft Scavenger Hunt. A couple of weeks ago, we played that. But when he pitched it to me, it was like super high level, and what I thought about was this game that I'm making now. Right? Hello, the guy stumbles in. Oh, thank you. Well, welcome, Stumbler, and your stumbling followers, I suppose. Thank you for the raid, man. Can we get a shout out going? They're all stumbling in. Nice. But anyway, I interpreted it as something very different when he talked to me about it, and this game is going to be what I interpreted it as. So last time, we made a system that can place this compass ugly structure anywhere in in any world. It will always place at 0, regardless of how the terrain looks there. So it does a bunch of fancy things, like it will clear away trees around that point. It will try to stick it to the ground, but if not, then it also has this little island thing, so it will become a floating island. And then it will like get rid of leaves and all kinds of stuff. So that's what we were working on last time. The idea is that this is the center point. That's why it goes on 0. And there's going to be 4 teams. I guess you could play it with less, but 4 teams is the maximum. Each team has one of the cardinal directions as their direction, so there will be a team going north. So basically, that team. Wait, my music does not have the right setting. Hold up.
Yay.
There, and there. Okay. Oops. So you got inspired by a misunderstanding? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So Team North is going to be thrown away like X thousand blocks away to the north. Team East is going to get thrown away X thousand blocks to the east, and so on. Right? And the point is, every team is going to get the same list of items, and your task is to get all the items and then come back here. Right? So you gotta balance the idea of, okay, how much do I scavenge and look for stuff, and how much do I like dig and mine for stuff, versus how quickly do I push for getting back to 0. terrain obviously going to be different, but every team has approximately the same distance. I am from Sweden. I'm also feeling the cold that I was feeling last stream, so that's why this is sick Mac making. Anyway, I'll see how long I can go with it. Dorcasaurus, thank you for the follow. So what we have, finished my workout to see Lime. Nice. Hello, Lean. So we need to make this look better at some point, but we don't necessarily need to do that right away. We can wait for a bit. And I think the thing... So I want a bunch of settings. It's an interesting thing. So I want you to be able to set at least the distance. Hey, Oscar. How's it going, mate? So you set the distance that the teams go. Possibly you set the number of items and maybe even the difficulty of the items. Or the blend of the difficulty. So I don't quite know exactly, but... Is there a core of this game that's potentially... we need all the like lobby stuff of setting up teams and stuff. So I guess working away on hotel Wi-Fi. Nice. Hey, Kendo. Have a good one, Leon. See you in a bit. So I guess the next thing to do is to borrow or steal a bunch of lobby stuff from one of my other games. So here, this is what I have this far. Like we have, oh man, stuff all over my desk. Apparently, is what one thing we have. But yeah, we have the start lobby function that basically just does this. It resets the tick and it sets a mode flag. That's basically it, and now we have to do everything else. But I do have two games that have lobbies that are similar and kind of well developed. Both Chosen and Mob Dash do a very similar type of lobby, so I guess we'll do basically the same here. I don't have any reason to reinvent the wheel, really. So we're gonna look at stealing as much as possible from there, basically. I guess we take from Mob Dash, because why not? We got tick menu. That sounds pretty reasonable. Let me just find stuff. There's just these map making streams are always interesting because they just end up with windows just everywhere. CompassQuest is the name of this thing, at least tentatively. Mode, lobby. There we go. Let's go tick. So now here is a stolen tick function from Mob Dash. It does a whole boatload of stuff. But we probably don't need to do all of it, but we'll look at that in a second. But first... we're going to copy this line here and go, if mode is 1, then we're going to, instead of running generate tick, we're going to run lobby tick. Scavenger team names? Maybe. I was actually kind of thinking of just going north. You know, team north. We'll see. But yeah, we were gonna have to set up. What time is it here? This is kind of a nice time. Daytime. 273. Team North Star. Yeah, we could try to find like I mean, you could do Eastern, you know, the northern Vikings or whatever. Like we try to play on the directions of the words, I guess, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't think I want noon. Let's go 270, just for the sake of it. 2-day like cycle false, weather cycle false, mob spawning false, difficulty peaceful. Oh yeah. So what Mob Dash does, which is potentially interesting, is Mob Dash saves the game difficulty before starting this lobby. So we should probably do that too. God knows where that is though. It's probably in load. Here's how Mob Dash load looks. Yeah, difficulty, add difficulty 0. Is that it? No. That's not it. Game difficulty, yeah, okay. Oop. So basically this stuff. Did I just lose connection fully, or... My chat reconnected just then. But I don't know what happened. Ah. No, I'm in the... What in the world is my... Okay, hold up. There, okay. That's what we're supposed to be looking at. So we need to do the same thing. So we'd run something on state, matching 1. Okay, so that makes sense. So we have the generate thing. So we could run, for one of these things, we could run, like on the first tick, we save the difficulty. That's not good. That's not bad. Save the game difficulty. So, so instead of MD state, we have CQ state. Where did you learn how to code, or did you... I don't know how to answer where I learned how to code. The first coding I ever did was a bunch of like basic stuff on an old Atari ST that I had as a kid. Just, you know, I have no idea how I actually learned that. I just did stuff, a lot of stuff on it. People learn to code all over the place, and the coding world is a very different place from today, from what it was then. You know. SDG, thank you for the follow, and Golden Hill, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. You know, with the persistence of a child, I hammered keys. Yeah, I think I had a book that went with it and stuff, but you know, I learned step by step. I made some really crummy games and stuff on it, and you know, spent a lot of time doing code stuff and learning piece by piece over many years. So temp, we get difficulty. So, oh yeah. Okay, now this is how it works. So, if the difficulty is not peaceful, because peaceful would be 0, then we store the game difficulty. Which makes sense. That's fine, we can just do that and tick. But then, you know, I actually got educated, but I would say my computer science education is a lot of like higher level concepts and not so much learning to program languages. So the question is not so much where did I learn to code Java, but where did I learn to code at all? That's the interesting question, at least. Okay, so now after this we'll have the game's difficulty stored in game difficulty, which means that we can put it back later, which is what we want. And then we're gonna immediately after that go to difficulty peaceful. Because I don't want mobs going around while we're like doing the intro stuff. They're just gonna slow down the game if you know one language you can use most. I mean, people like to say that, but then also like there are incredibly large differences between object-oriented languages and functional languages and stuff. Like, I watch Etho, yeah. I don't really have time to watch Hermitcraft, but I watch his single-player stuff. I have watched Etho for a very long time. Let's go back into this lobby method, though. We're setting all this stuff over and over. I guess that's fine, I suppose. The thing that happens with computer languages is once you've learned like a bunch of them, then learning your 10th language is kind of trivial. Learning your second is not necessarily trivial. Like, okay, so world border. We're gonna set a really tight world border, actually. What's the closest world border that we can set in this world that actually contains people on the platform? So if we set the corners to like here, right? This is the diagonal. So if we set the world borders to stop here, then you could actually not get off, which would be actually kind of nice, because I would love to not have the issues of people getting stuck in, like, with not being able to make it back, and just there's so many like people mess around in lobbies, and like a lot of the things that you have to do in lobby code is to prevent that messing around from messing up your game. So Hermitcraft episodes actually have considerably higher production value. Yeah, that's fine, but yeah, you know, part of it is I don't have time to start watching another series, follow this other stuff, and like part of it is I don't have time to follow the entire server, so getting into one person is not as interesting. And then there's the added bonus that if I don't watch any of Hermitcraft, then people can stop yelling at us for copying Hermitcraft all the time on Legacy, you know? Okay, so World Border Center is going to be 0, 0, but it's not actually. Is the World Border Center a block coordinate or a full coordinate? I wonder. Can I set the center to in the middle of a block? I think maybe I can. And the actual size is going to be then 1, 2, 3, 5, maybe? Size is half of the side, right? I'm gonna try this. We'll see how it looks like. Yeah, so you can give everybody weakness, give everybody mining fatigue, give everybody saturation all the time. That's the type of stuff you have to do in this. And then a lot of menu handling, which we can probably ignore for now. So MD state is going to have to turn into CQ state. All of these. So we'll just change all of them over. I think that's good enough for now. This is not gonna work fully, but it might work. It should work enough that we get the world border in place, I think. Is DMCA people get their sights on him? Of course, the random stuff gets shared. I don't think that one has though, but the odd thing will get shared, but. Legacy is in this weird situation where we very regularly get accused of copying Hermitcraft, even for things that we did first. Nobody ever accuses Hermitcraft of copying Legacy, despite the fact, I made the massive hole in the nether ceiling, and then, oh, wait, a hermit went and did it, and now people reference that as a Hermitcraft thing, But to me, that is an added reason to not watch Hermitcraft. Sad as that is. And then there's the added, this thing that I just don't have time. Babushka, thank you for the follow. Alright, let's just reload and see what happens. That is way smaller than I thought it would be. Is this 5? Yeah, this is 5 across. Okay, so I should be doing 10. You copied breaking another ceiling? No, but like people reference this thing as like, oh, making a massive hole in another ceiling. That's I heard I think the Spawn Shanks had they were talking about it, and they were like talking about that as something that Hermitcraft did, And that's understandable because it's a larger server, but after hearing how we copy them when we don't for a very long time, that kind of stuff is a little annoying. Let's just say 10 was too much. There we go. Yeah, so we wanted 9 across. So there, the world border is like exactly on the blocks. So if we have this is for once a mini game where people can't go and get themselves stuck in a cave. Hope you get better soon. Thank you. It's not too bad, but it also, yeah. I don't know how long I'll have the energy. It's unfair how some people are fanboying one server and everything's being copied. It's life. Yeah, that's kind of what we feel too. It's like we aren't copying anything. The only thing, like, there's a synchronicity in how things develop in everything. That's why you get stuff like I can't remember, but they're like movies get that very often, where there's like there are two CG animated movies about fish almost at the same time, and it's not because one copied the other, because the production times for those movies are enormously long. And it's the same thing like when we were making one of the Battlefield games, there was like, oh, but this other game is making the same setting now, and we couldn't copy them because we were like 4 years into production or something by the time that they revealed, and yet everybody's going, oh, this game is copying that game. Armageddon and Deep Impact, yeah, that's another good example. That stuff happens all the time, and people love to say, hey, this thing is copying that thing, but it's not actually the thing. It's like several different groups of people are taking inspiration off of the same general culture, and thus you come up with kind of the same ideas. But for Legacy, the question of copying Hermitcraft was fairly sensitive because it was so prevalent, and I don't know, it just became this thing. And so for me, like, just not watching Hermitcraft is just a good way of avoiding any doubt. Ants in a Bug's Life. Yeah, there you go. Just for maybe I should do a larger thing. Just as a disclaimer, I guess. This is not a stream where I will be answering lots of questions about inner workings of Mojang or questions in general about Mojang. These streams are not streams where I do things for work or even related to work. Stuff that I do on stream does not go into the game in any way whatsoever. And I know my regular viewers know this stuff. But given the recent video that was just like completely thrown out of context, I think I might be just better safe than sorry and just be very explicit about this. This is a separate thing. This is my project and has been from way before I started working at Mojang at all, and it will remain exactly the same way, right? So this is not affiliated with Mojang, even though that's where I work, but this is my own project. It is frustrating to need the disclaimer, that's right, but I'd rather do the disclaimer than be frustrated by the result of not having the disclaimer, I guess. Alright, so now we have all kinds of effects and stuff that prevent me from breaking spawn, I suppose. Hopefully. So now we should probably do this menu thing. And I think what I might do is just completely nuke this part of the code and redo it, because I guess some of this stuff could be nice. Let's replace MD action with CQ action. Shush, Fabian. Set time limit, set win score. We don't really need those. Tutorial we are going to need, but I think I'll nuke that. MD ticks. Do we need a separate tick scoreboard? We probably do. So we're gonna grab that too. And then I need to go into the load function and add a bunch of these. So we're adding a state and a scratch scoreboard this far. So we're gonna need to do scoreboard objectives, add CQ tick. Was it tick? Ticks? Tick? Ticks. Okay. Tick count, I guess. Scoreboard. Objectives, add CQ action. Menu actions. It's not the dummy one, it's a trigger scoreboard. Was Slicer only made up so you could kill a cat and get away with it? I've seen several of those. Like, was Slicer only this? Was Slicer only that? It's pretty funny. Slicer had multiple purposes. Jonas, thank you for the fall. Okay, let's go back to our lobby tick. I don't know what to do about this, but maybe... So one of the thoughts I had was maybe I should just like sort of do behind the scenes and talk about all of those things. I need to do a channel update for this month. So I was gonna be like, okay, I'll do like an exposition of what the whole event, what it was about. But every time I've like ever mentioned something like that, people go like, no, you should not, like, spoiler stuff, don't spoil the magic and all kinds of stuff, right? So I don't know what to do. I feel like a lot of people would like to know, but then I feel like there's a lot of complaints whenever I talking about it. I don't know. So maybe I'll make it a separate video, and it's clearly sort of behind the scenes, and we don't I don't know, we don't hide it inside of a channel update, to just like do it separately so people can choose. I don't know. Put a spoiler section at the end of the video. Maybe I'd rather just do a spoiler video, I think, in that case. It's not really spoilers, the event is past, right? Anyway, let's focus on this stuff. So trigger tutorial, trigger display, teams menu, we need that. Start game, we need some more team thing. Cycle scoring. We don't care about scoring in this one, but we do care about distance, so we're gonna have that. And then cycle difficulty we can pretty much have. Cancel tutorial is a good idea, and then join team is a good idea. Good. So
the event
those are...
has passed, right? He said while Slicer slowly took back control of the vessel.
The whole pack is called CQ, right? The whole namespace is CQ this time around. Very reusable clip. What is that? I don't even want to know. There's a certain danger to streaming when you're just talking to people, and especially when you're not feeling all that good, and people just like clip whatever and send it all over the place. Okay. I don't quite remember how... Somewhere I dealt... Maybe it's part of what I removed, but... New player. Okay, so I had a new player function. But one of the things that I... somewhere we used this tick scoreboard to... Actually, it's kind of annoying to have this world border this close, but oh well. I was once clipped saying slicedlime is the devil, and then a few months later. Yeah, so when we hit a certain tick is when we redisplay the menu, but I don't seem to have the trigger for that in here anymore, so... If ticks is 0, we run new player. What does new player do for mob dash? It joins a random team, doesn't it? Yeah. It randomizes 3 bits. Oh yeah, and then runs a random join team action on it.
Yay.
I replaced the clip in fake news with that one now. It's a lot less funny, but gets the point across. Oh, okay. That's the the rant about that nothing is official. I suppose that makes sense. Okay, I guess we can do this. Like joining a random team when you join the game is pretty good. But we shouldn't call it new player. We should call it random team. So instead of this CQ new player, we're going to do CQ mode lobby join random team. Can I just create this? There was a thing for that, right? Right, this. Yeah, look, handy. I'm getting the hang of this helper for VS Code. Slowly but surely. Join random team. Make as join a random team. I'm going to need that randomized bit function. So I guess we'll just put that in. Maybe we'll just put that in the root of the pack. That look like this. Randomize 1 bit onto $random in MD state. So we want that into CQ state instead. That's the wrong clip. Random smash clip? Wow. Alright then. Oh yeah, we had a random. God dang it. Oh no, yeah, all the Twitch has completely messed up their clip URLs. I have no idea why they keep the words, right? Because you need a bunch of garbage at the end now. So why did they even keep the readable part of it? I have no idea. Okay, so we're gonna need a couple of CQ random things and then a CQ true. And then we need a constant scoreboard. Right. We need a whole bunch of things to make this work, but I guess that's fair. Scoreboard. Objectives, add CQ const dummy constants constant scoreboard players set. This is another tip that I usually give people, is like, have a constant scoreboard. Just put scores in there with the same names as they have values. To confuse people into posting random clips. Oh yeah. No, I tried that the same thing when they first started using these URLs, Fabian. I was luckier, I guess, because I just got an invalid clip. Also, a lot of better things to link to. Well, true. You could you know, link to the thing that you wanted to link to. That would be a good start. Okay, so for this to work, we need 2 area effect clouds that are tagged CQ random, and one of them needs to be also tagged CQ true. So I guess what we do is in generate, we make those somewhere. We are summoning a locator armor stand, placing the compass and all kinds of stuff. Maybe we'll just do it here on tick 22. I mean, we could do it in in randomized bit actually. Like if CQ true doesn't exist, then we make it. So execute unless entity at e type equals area effect cloud tag equals CQ true. So if CQ true doesn't exist, then run in that case position 0, 0, 0, I guess 0, 1, 0 maybe. Run summon area effect cloud wherever we are, which is 0, 1, 0. Duration. I'd love a quick way to write max int. Do I have that somewhere? There it is. Boop. Custom name. It's just gonna be true. There's a snippet called summon area for cloud, though. Huh. How would I use that? Tags. CQ true and CQ random. Do you like always just lurk in my streams to see me struggle with the add-on? I'm gonna do the same thing for CQ false. Oh, so you'd like... Ah. That's an interestingly different one. Are you appending the word Linux to a file called Windows? I think it's actually bit shifting the variable Linux by Windows bits. Okay, so we got a false one too, so we make that one too. So at this point, we now have guaranteed two area effect clouds called with the tag CQ random. And one is CQ true and the other one is CQ false. Maybe we shouldn't name the false one true. Just to avoid some confusion later on. So what we do here is basically we're picking one at random, seeing if we got the true one, and if we got the true one, then we're adding one to the score. So that's how we randomize between 0 and 1. And if you can randomize between 0 and 1, you can randomize any integer. And you could customize snippets in the user-unfriendly config too. Watch slicedlime won't comment because Big Brother Microsoft's always lurking. Or I don't comment because maybe your comments and questions are completely like pointless to the rest of the stream, you know? That could also be the thing. That's literally why I had a rant 10 minutes ago. Jeez. Anyway, let's randomize a bit. Join random team is where we are at next. Is there a particularly technical reason to use the actual max int value rather than just a big number, right? No. Other than certain OCD feeling, especially not in this case, since if it does run out, oh, I closed it, but if it does run out, it'll just be summoning a new one. You know, the data pack is stable for the area effect cloud actually vanishing, so really doesn't matter. It's just a thing. I think that was about Linux being better than Windows stuff. Yeah, but it's equally irrelevant, right? Hey, Paul, sorry I missed your follow. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, we could also say 1 to not have lingering area effect clouds. There's that balance too, right? We could say only keep them around for 1 tick unless we need them, then we'll summon again. Which would make us summon more, and they would go away quicker, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's going to be 2 area effect cloud. It's 2 entities always loaded. It's going to have 0 measurable impact on performance regardless. So, whatever. what I needed was... I'm gonna look at this, which is the old randomized thing. No, that's the randomized bit. That's not what I needed. I needed the new player thing. Which was this. So we ran it 3 times then. I think I only needed 2 times now because we're only gonna have 4 teams at most. Yeah, so we're gonna... This is basically what we need. Let's just copy. Let's copy the whole thing. We'll assume that we'll use the same offsets. So I'm gonna remove one of these because 8 teams is twice as many as 4 teams. Math with slicedlime, which means that we need 1 fewer bits this time. And then we're gonna need to remove a bunch of mob dash things and replace them with CQ. And we're gonna need to replace MD state with CQ state. And MD action with CQ action. Wow, Brian, what a way to read that. Thank you, Velvet. Huh. I did not know that command existed. Nice. Maybe I should just start using that number as the duration for things where the duration doesn't really matter. It's maths, not math. Depends on the context, but yes, in that context. This, and now this should be setting, so CQ action will be 100 and something. 1, 2, 3, or 4 is going to be join a team, right? It's going to be join the various teams. So once we have that set part of the menu set up, this is automatically just going to start working, which is great. So now we need to do the thing where we actually display the menu. And I don't know... So what do we set here? We don't set the ticks here. Okay, interesting. Brian just does his best, okay? We need to be nice to Brian. Brian's always there, and he's always trying his best. Despite the base... No, we don't talk about that. Alright, I'm actually gonna look again at the mob dash menu. See where I triggered it. Oh, we pushed the menu for 600. We push the menu every 10 seconds? Does that make sense? I feel like that's too often. Maybe it's not. I feel like I had something where it like displayed the menu quicker the first time or something. Oh yeah, it's from the team setting. Never mind. Okay, apparently 10 seconds is a good interval, so let's do it here too. So, if your tick score has gotten 600 and you're not in the tutorial, which I guess we're gonna have to have here too, then we're gonna do, what was that mode? Lobby. Push menu. I really don't know what to say, dude. I really don't know what to say. Like, if you want Seth Bling, go and watch a Seth Bling video, I guess. Because he doesn't code his data packs on stream. So, you have no idea. Like, feel free to enjoy the content that's here and stay. Or if you want to discuss other things and, you know, talk about other people, then feel free to go somewhere else. Like, those are your two options. Alright, so push menu is going to do basically the same thing as before. It's printing a bunch of nothing, which is basically just to clear your chat and make sure that your menu displays nicely at the bottom. I wish there was a better way to do this, but there isn't. And then we're also going to have this display menu function. I should have just created that using the add-on. And I guess that one is more relevant than anything else to just steal, because it's a whole bunch of like formatting work and whatever. So I'm just gonna copy that. Because look at this mess. Welcome to that's not Compass. CompassQuest. Without the exclamation point. The exclamation point was part of the name. Version whatever, alpha 0.1 by me. Link to channel. Very good. Tutorial, same. Switch teams, same. We're gonna have to replace the scoreboard names here, but that's fine. Switch teams we still want. Win score limit we need to change. So we'll sort that out later. I feel sorry for Seth Bling to have to live up to the hype. I mean, Seth Bling, you know, seems to have had it made, let's just say. Nowadays, he does a Mario thing every once in a while, and, you know, we'll release a Minecraft video once a year or something. He's an awesome guy. Had a lot of good talk with him when he was at the Creator Summit one year, but he's not exactly throwing content out there anymore, right? We have a lot of like win stuff here, which we're not gonna need. Timeout. I guess this game is not gonna have a timeout, right? We're just gonna have number of items and then one team wins. There's no like, okay, I'm gonna just not like, it's just gonna stop, because no team wins then. And if no team wins, you might as well just go, okay, stop. Let's just stop, guys. You know, we don't need the game to tell you that you've had enough. Timeout seems awfully relevant right now. Scoring difficulty. What? I feel like this is more than I had in the other function, which is surprising. So, trigger tutorial, display teams menu. Okay, start game. Where in the world is start game in this mess? Oh, why can't I find the right thing? Display menu. Start. Why is start game up there? I guess. Okay, I'm just not actually written the things in action order. That's fine, I suppose. Scoring. Oh, start game is down here. Yeah. So those are the only actual things we have. Is the win condition only first back or combo of time back and most items? No. It's very binary. It's first back with all the items. You have to literally find every single item and then come and get back. There's no gray zone in between. It's all like find your items and then come here. The trick is figuring out how to get back while wasting the least amount of time looking for the items on the way. Humor is indeed subjective, that is very true, but it is also true that it's just a joke is the worst excuse for anything that anybody ever tried. If you ever find yourself saying, it was just a joke, man, then whoever you're saying it to is not going to appreciate that as an excuse. There's a bunch of stuff that's wrong in this, but it doesn't really matter right now. Set display sidebar, CQ ticks. I am counting up ticks, so that's good. You should see a menu at 600 and then the pack will break. Another top life tip is to try to feel your way in an... Oh, well, that was very broken. Okay, it's just doing the... It's just pushing the spaces every tick and not doing anything else. Great. Yeah, when you join somewhere, you join a new place or, you know, you... That's what I want to do. You... just meet a new group of people or whatever. Feel your way in this social situation that's there before you try to, you know, joke around. Okay. Why is push menu? Oh, because this thing is under mode lobby display menu. That's the difference. Reload. There we go. That's the menu. Welcome to CompassQuest version Alpha 0.1 by slicedlime. This is a link to the channel. And we have tutorial, switch teams, scoring broken, difficulty broken, and start game. That's a way to prevent any form of chatting, I guess. I don't know that it is. Of course, that doesn't really apply if you bring together a whole group of people that had never talked before. Then you know. Oh, preventing lines, yeah. You might want to install the language MC function Arkansas to have some sane JSON comment highlight in MC function. Wait. So that would where do I have that? So that you're saying that would highlight stuff within this. What was that? Language MC function. Ah, chat scrolling. Ah, there. Okay. Let's see. Syntax highlighting for MC function files. I had it but disabled. Why did I have that? Okay. Maybe that is like malfunctioned for me at some point in the past or whatever. Might not have worked with whatever I was using before I installed this datapack helper. Okay. Well, that's nice. It's a lot easier to sort of see the separation of things then. Thank you very much for that tip. Very, very useful. Okay, so teams. Let's maybe ignore the fact that this menu kind of doesn't work at the moment. I'm going to go make the next thing, which is going to be the teams menu. And we'll do things like depth first, so that you can switch between teams first. And that's the first thing that will actually start working. So all of these that are like trigger tutorial, display teams menu and stuff are going to be under the lobby mode. So we're gonna add this to a prefix to every single one of these. Start game. Cycle distance, I guess. And cycle difficulty we'll have. Cancel tutorial, fine, and join a team. Good. The color choice is odd, but it works. This is very arbitrary when it comes to syntax highlighting, especially given themes and stuff on the actual thing. So that means we need a display teams menu. That's the next thing. I'm gonna copy that too, because this again one of these things. Yeah. And we are going to remove half of these, which is until here. So we're just gonna have 4 in this one, except I removed too much stuff. Rip. Come on, there. There we go. And then instead of 109 here, we're gonna have 105 because I do want a spectator team. And then we're setting ticks to something very low. That makes sense. Hey, I need help. If it's about like Minecraft support stuff, I can't help you. So we're gonna say team is 5 instead of team is 9, and then we're gonna say CQ team, and then we're gonna need these teams. But oh wait, these just show the names of the things. Join, and then oh, okay, so we store everything in the actual entities. Oh, that's good. Because that means we can just see where create something, create teams. Good, we can steal all of that too. Might just put it under that though. Create teams. So here's that. Yikes. We're gonna remove half of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That was an extremely poor attempt at a troll, wasn't it? Don't contact Mojang support about that. Well, no, don't. A troll line in a stream chat is fine enough for that. It's all good. Yeah, this is not Java. This is Minecraft command stuff. Has nothing to do with Java except the fact that it runs inside of Minecraft, which is written in Java. Let me just say that that statement by Splice ending in "Please help Minecraft Dev 1 exclamation point 11" is kind of a clear giveaway to me that it wasn't all that serious. So you could like probably stop the sort of helpful that's an Optifine problem and whatever now. But it has JSON, and JSON is JavaScript that's Java. Yes, let's say that. These lines of code will be run by command blocks. Not by blocks, but they're commands. Okay, anyway, we need names is what we were doing. And also we need MD team to be CQ team. And oh, so this text is the same as this text, yeah. So north. Oh wait, probably doesn't really matter, does it? No, we'll just northeast, south, west. I would be very happy if we can figure out better names for these. They are red, green, yellow, and blue. That makes sense, I think. And then above. So if we can figure out team names that are more fun, that would be great, but for now we can just use those. So by writing MC function, you could learn 4 languages at once. Oh. Also, entry-level job ads to ask for experience with like 20 languages, majors in medicine and biology and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I love the best ones. The ones I love absolutely the most are the ones that ask for like 5 years of experience in things that have only existed for like 4. Vikings for north. Yeah, I just don't know quite. Like, there isn't so much. I guess we could have like Wild West stuff for West. So like the Western Cowboys, the Northern Vikings, the Southern what then? And the Eastern what? I don't have as clear images of what that would be. Southern penguins. Maybe. Eastern dragons? That's not bad. Do we specify them? Yeah, I think we do. Northern Vikings. The Northern Vikings. The Eastern dragons. That's cool. Yeah, Southern. Can't do Vikings versus penguins. That wouldn't be fair for the Vikings. I think penguins is kind of nice because, like, if we have Vikings and dragons, like, penguins is a nice counterpoint. It's kind of a. If you're looking for something more cute, then there you go. The Western Cowboys, I guess. And then the watchers above. Maybe stick to animals for all. The Easter bunnies. I don't know. I feel like the rest of the ones are pretty clear. Like connections to just the direction of it. I think that's fine. So they are gray. Then we have blue, yellow, green, red. That will only be south. Team modify black, color gray. Yeah, that's an interesting one. That's probably a bug in Mob Dash, isn't it? Okay, and then we store team results. I need a team scoreboard too then, which I don't have. I also don't have my load function here. I don't. Yeah, scoreboard. Objectives. Add CQ team. Dummy team numbers. If you go with all animals, bears might be a good choice for north. That's true. You did that intentionally because black was unreadable. Well, yes and no, but this was done in connection to this team. So maybe I flipped them the wrong way around, and maybe it works out fine anyway. But the bunch of commands that dealt with the gray team had the black team's color switch in it. I think we'll go with this. I don't think this is bad. So now we have those. What we need is we need to create these if they don't exist. And again, I'm just gonna do that from the lobby tick. So maybe we'll do that at the very first start of menu handling. So execute unless entity at e type equals, here you go, effect cloud, tag is CQ team, position 010, run, function CQ mode lobby create teams. So basically, if there isn't a team's area for cloud already, then just go ahead and create them. Oop, I broke stuff.
Yay, code time.
Hey, K-Farm, thank you so much. Well, that's 8 months. Code time indeed. Alright, so I want to say that's that. We need the join team too, and this could be 105. So if we just make this join team function, then we can probably join teams. Join team. We shall steal that. This, I guess, is the benefit of having a bunch of stuff already. Let's do this. Alright, okay. So we're using that scoreboard. Okay, that's fine. Oops. CQ action. We don't need the purple, gold, aqua, or black teams anymore. And this can be 5. What were you testing? Current Okay. Oh, fail. Okay, yeah, this is just to say what team somebody's joined, and then we display the menu again. That makes sense. CQ mode, lobby, display menu. Cool. And since the teams are actually like their IDs are their colors. That's actually the whole resource location instead of the short grade dash line at the beginning of it can be used to trigger the code action. I just used the keyboard shortcut for it. So let's reload. I was kind of expecting to join a team there, actually. So that maybe we work a little bit on this reset function. So remove all the other things too, just like remove everything. Team and ticks. There. That should do it. So if you now reload, function, CQ, reset, and then reload again. There we go. Now I joined the Western Cowboys. And I can go switch teams, and that one didn't work. The Northern Vikings, the Eastern Dragons, Southern Penguins, and Western Cowboys did work, and I can click one to join. Very nice. Cool. Why didn't that one work though? Display teams menu. The last one didn't work. Why? Probably have hard-coded thing in here somewhere. Scores CQ team 5. Oh wait, did I not set the team number correctly? Create teams. Yeah, I didn't set the number correctly, so that should be 5. Let's reset again. Reload. I joined the Northern Vikings. That was not the same as I joined last time. Good. And then switch teams. Good. Okay, so we now have a team selection menu. Can I join the spectators? Yeah, I can. Very good. We'll join the Vikings again. Very good. Okay. So that's the first part of an actual thing. As I have before, I'm going to completely ignore the tutorial for now. Both because the game isn't done, so who knows what we should write in it, but also because it's boring as heck. don't really want to be sitting there and typing the text right now, so we'll wait with it. Start game, we can wait with 2 because we don't have a game to start. My own empire. Thank you for the host. I guess this should actually be 4 now. Oh, wrong scene. The amount of players needs to be counted to the first 4 teams now because the 5th team is the spectator team, and we don't want to count the spectator thing. So, cycle distance. Whoa. Can't see anything.
A small storm brews around you as a loud voice booms out, "Here comes the rain."
Wow. Here comes the rain. Thank you so much for that. This world board is so bright that you can't see the stuff on the notifications. Been a while. Hey, thank you. That was an awesome way to announce your entrance. I love it. So like it boom and then herald. Yeah, so we have two options. One is that we do what we did for scoring in Mob Dash, which is basically you can click on it and then it lets you set any value. So you can type in a value and go like 154. The other is that we have something more like Entrapment, where you cycle through a number of presets. Gotta have fun with my written name. Oh, absolutely. Thank you for the host too. I'm kind of leaning towards like cycling through stuff just to avoid the weird. Okay, what if you typed in a negative number or whatever? But I don't know. There's a charm to being able to type in whatever you like too. It is of course also possible to make both. Let's update the display first. Display menu. Win. I don't care about the win score. Timeout. I think I just okay, so these are just not part of the whole thing, so we'll remove them. And I'm in the wrong scene again. Because, of course. So scoring we replace with distance. And that is not going to be an MBT. Okay, let's just nuke this, or maybe, yeah, this is what we want. It's gonna be a score, right? What? Wait. Why doesn't this... Am I being stupid? Why doesn't it let me do a score? Maybe I'm being stupid. Oh, fine, whatever. Score doesn't autocomplete because the extension has trouble autocompleting objects. Oh. Yeah, this is an interesting one. So it is actually, like, I'm not being silly. There is a score, right? Oh yeah, look, it autocompletes that. Okay, interesting. Stop. Why do you do that? There. State name. It didn't skip? Did you try to skip it? Wait, I don't see your skip fail. Oh, there. Okay. Interesting. I don't know why it did that, but there you go. Report a crime. Okay, so we're gonna set up distance with some form of default value then to begin with, so that we can use this setup. So what is the default distance? I feel like that's probably like 10,000 blocks. Where did we put that? Probably put it in load. Scoreboard players add $distance CQ state 0.
Red Nimer swap 52 re.
52 re. Thank you. Maybe we'll finish this distance setup before we take a break though. So then we I just can't type today. Execute if score $distance CQ state matches 0, run scoreboard player stop there. Players set $distance CQ state 10,000. So this is basically just checking if the thing didn't exist before, and in that case it sets it to 10,000. So in this we're gonna say, okay, distance is that, and then probably, and maybe we'll just leave it at that. We could follow up with blocks though, I feel like. So maybe we do that. Blocks. So it's kind of clear what it is. I don't know what the color of that should be. Should probably be aqua as well. Or, yeah, maybe. Not click event color. Aqua. Let's try that and see how it looks. Oh, have to wait arbitrarily long for that. Display menu, please. Now the question is, should blocks in this case be green or should it be aqua? Because it's kind of, maybe it should be green because it kind of belongs, like 10,000 is the value that changes. Oh yeah, you can't click the blocks, so yeah. If I had this to be blue, oh wait, I should make that work anyway. Okay. I guess that means that this block's text should go inside of the extra. I feel like it maybe should be green anyway. There. So now it's... I don't know which looks best here. But now that works at least. Okay. I think that's fine. I need the tick thing here. Okay. So cycle distance is what we're going to be doing. Let me remove this. Cycle the distance number or something. It's going to end with this function CQ mode lobby display menu. So that at the end of it, when we've done whatever it is that we wanted to do, then we show the menu again. Now, we probably don't just want to add a number, at least when we're on low. So maybe what's a reasonable max limit you might want to go? You might want to go like 50,000 blocks at most or something. I guess somebody might want to do like an epic game of 100,000 blocks or something. How long time would it even take to run that far? 30 billion? Yeah, maybe we make like an unlockable... I guess you could just like set the score if you want another. Traveling in another speeds it up a lot? Yeah, it does. No, 91 million. You couldn't do it in the game. It wouldn't. It's not supported by the game itself. So I think maybe between 1K and 10K, we do 1K increments, and then maybe we do like 10K to 25K. We do 5K increments. And then maybe, well, that doesn't really work, does it? We'll have to do it with 30K. And then 30K to 100K or something, we do 10K increments. Max int. And now the tricky part of this is we're gonna have to do this in reverse order. Because otherwise, if you go from like 9,000 to 10,000, then you're at 10,000, you'll be adding more. So, execute if score $distance CQ state matches 30,000 or more. Run scoreboard. Please word rep players. Add distance CQ state 10,000, and then we do the same but for 10,000 to, I suppose, doesn't really matter, but we'll do that. Then we'll add 5,000, and then if your distance is just less than 10,000, I guess that, then we'll add 1,000. And then there's one thing to do left here, which is execute if score distance CQ state matches. If 100,000 is the highest we support, then if it's more than 100,000, so it's 100,001 or more, then in that case run scoreboard players set distance CQ state $1,000. We use that as a lower bound. I know for sure that walking, not running 125,000 blocks on flat ground takes about 8 hours. Oof. I would assume that any higher level play on this over longer distance will use another. So this should work. And we'll test it out, but I kind of have a different idea too now that I've done that. So display the menu. Okay, so 10,000 blocks, that's 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100,000. Then go back 1,000, 2,000, So that all seems like it's working. But what I'm thinking about now is potentially, instead of doing this, I mean, this is good enough. This is pretty quick to cycle through. Otherwise, I was thinking of having like an up arrow and down arrow. It takes 146 hours to spring and jump 3.75 million blocks. I guess you mean sprint jump? 146 hours? Yeah, I mean, that's if you play a single game of CompassQuest for a charity event or something, I guess, over an entire week. But yeah, there's nothing that prevents you at this point. I guess we might have, at some point there's a limit to how we code the game too, but at this point there's nothing that prevents you from setting 1,000,000 by just running a scoreboard command. Anyway, that's the first working menu thing for the distance. Implementing the actual setting of this distance later is going to be fun, let's just say, but there's a bunch of interesting technical problems left in this. We'll do a break now. I'm expecting about 30 hours for flying over the nether ceiling to the world border. Yeah, I saw you talking about that in one of your streams. That's a thing. Anyway, we'll do a break. There will be a Be Right Back screen up. If you are not subscribed, then you're in a country where ads are a thing, then ads might be a thing. You won't miss anything. It'll just be the Be Right Back screen, and we do ads in our break time because that gets rid of pre-roll ads for people who join later. So take the moment, get off your chair or sofa or whatever, stretch a little bit, or go get a snack or a new coffee or something, and we'll be right back. Hello. Thank you, Methanol, for the follow. Sorry, I didn't read that out before. Okay, we have a distance thing. Question is what we do about difficulty. Maybe we just do exactly what we had in Mob Dash, actually, which is basically just like easy, normal, hard, I think. I think that might be a thing, because we don't really know yet exactly what the thing, how we're gonna set up difficulties or whatever. So let's do this. So CQ state instead of MD. Yeah, we just cycle it between 0, 1, and 2, and then we have the update difficulty text and display menu. Okay, CQ, Q, mode, lobby, do the things. So we need to update difficulty text function 2. We'll just steal that one too. Glad I have this fantastic thing to just steal all the code from. Especially good when feeling a little under the weather. Dreamcast, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. And Mob Dash needs to be replaced with CQ. CQ state difficulty, that's okay. I guess we set it to something by default. Probably set it to medium by default. So in the load function, just like we set the distance, default distance, default difficulty, scoreboard players add $difficulty CQ state 0. Ooh, wait. If 0 means easy, then will difficulty just change the amount of items needed to collect? The intent was actually to have it control the difficulty of the items. Actually, the amount of items might be another interesting toggle. Because yeah, you could have like lots of easy items, or you could have few very hard items. But maybe we just go with one to like, okay, I'm just gonna say default difficulty is easy just for the moment. Function, CQ, mode, lobby, update difficulty text. So would that just work then? If I'm basically using exactly the same thing. So difficulty, we need to take it out of CQ data instead of Mob Dash data. And the MBT's difficulty, I guess that's still the same. Yeah, difficulty, yeah. So I think that will just work then. Famous last words. Reload. Run the display menu. Yeah, easy. Medium. Hard. Hey! I completely stole a difficulty target. Nice. Okay, so at this point we have working team switch. We have working distance. We have a working difficulty switch. Which means that the only real thing remaining is start game to actually get into a game. Let me just store the stuff for a moment. So we have. So that's a lot of changes. Draft. Okay. Now comes some of the tricky stuff. When you start the game, we need to load an area in every direction based off of a number in a scoreboard. This is similar to what we did in the 2D pack, actually, where we create the stronghold at a certain distance. The fake fortress at a certain distance. Can't you make the team colors and names customizable? Not really. I guess we could have a number of names and whatever. But I find that when I'm making games like this, having set team names and stuff is actually rather nice. The intent here is also that these colors are going to be represented on the compass on the ground, right? So the north, this one would actually be red. This one would be green, like, you know. Do you know the pause trick already? Well, it's a little hard to know when you say that, right? The pause trick would work if the place was loaded. That's as far as I know. We tried modifying pause for the fortress, and it didn't work.
Yay.
So we ended up doing a binary move function. You can teleport an entity anywhere by merging a number into its pause tag and then do more stuff on it in the same tick, including running force load relative to it. That's exactly what we didn't get to work. But we might try that again. Anyway, I'm going to make a new folder called Game under Mode. I think it's good. Yes, let's do that. I'm thinking about, do I need like a preparing state? Do I want like a countdown? Maybe I do. Actually, let's make a countdown thing. Because it's nice, because then we can like pre-generate some terrain and stuff while we're counting down, and it also gives players a moment to basically get ready and be prepared that stuff is going to happen. And then also what we can do is actually teleport players out partway through the countdown, so it's... yeah. Okay. What do we call that? Starting, maybe? Could even call it countdown, but let's call it starting. No, let's call it countdown. Changing my mind. Count. Or prepare. Yeah, there was a brief tail visit. She didn't stay on. Laser Llama, thank you for the follow. I'm gonna call it countdown. Okay, so countdown state is going to have a start. That's where we're gonna dip back into the code. So start the countdown state. That's going to do scoreboard players set $state CQ state to 2, and scoreboard players set $. Wait, did I call it mode? I'm going to sneak a peek at the start function. Yeah, I called it mode. Rip. Lobby mode. So that's gonna be 2, and we set the tick to 0. And then we look at the tick function, if we can find it. Here, we're gonna add a new one for mode number 2, and that's gonna run countdown tick. Okay. So now we're gonna make that, because this doesn't exist. That's the wrong one. This is the one. Vertic when in countdown mode. So, scoreboard players and tick CQ state 1. So you're gonna add 1 per tick. Execute if score tick CQ state matches 1. In that case, run function CQ mode countdown. Well, I guess I could just do this as start. Never mind. Moed? Where did I have that? Did I have that in here? Do I still have it somewhere? This looks fine. Where's my start function? There. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to create an entity that ends up in each of the start location that is distance number of blocks away in every direction here. I want an entity to end up there. First line of start. Ah, thanks. We want an entity to end up there, and we want that chunk to end up force loaded. There's a very interesting problem that then occurs, which is we want to set the default spawn for every team to be different, which is not possible. So we're gonna have to work around that. Preferably without constantly without having them respawn here and then teleporting again, because like the chunk loading experience of that is terrible. So let's just do one, and then we might try to work this out a bit. So summon. I guess we can do this. Let's call it CQ North. That's fine. Yeah, this is gonna run. Actually, I'm gonna 0, 1, 0. We're gonna specifically place it at 0. Then we're gonna do data merge entity at e type equals area effect cloud. Tag equals CQ North. Limit equals 1, because you have to, because commands, fun. Wait, I don't want to merge it. I want to modify. Pos. What is north? In this coordinate system, north is -z. So actually south would have been an easier one to start. Okay. Scoreboard players operation dollar X, I guess. CQ scratch. Please, scratch. Equals dollar distance. We'll do this. CQ state. And then I need okay. I need my load. Where's my load? Here's my load. I need another constant. It's gonna be scoreboard players set -1 CQ const -1. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to multiply so we get the negative distance into end distance. So it's going to multiply equals to -1 CQ const. So now after this, we'll have the negative distance in end distance on CQ scratch. I guess we could do that in CQ state too. So we have both in the same scoreboard. That's fine. So now we want pos 0 to be set from... wait, you can't do score? No, because we have to store into it. Never mind. Okay. So this execute store result score, no, entity, this whole thing, that whole thing, double scale 1, run scoreboard players get and distance CQ state. So this whole thing will run this command, which is scoreboard players get end distance CQ state. So it's just going to read out the scoreboard value, and then it's going to store the result of that into this entity at this location, which is the X, which is wrong. I wanted the Z value there. So that should move it that amount of distance to the north. Is the thing, and then what we're going to do is immediately afterwards execute as at e type equals area effect cloud tag equals CQ north as run force load add the chunk therein. That's fine. We don't need more than one chunk for the moment. So the question is, does this work? No idea. These two commands are basically what we're going to run for. Actually, these 3 commands we're going to run for. Actually, this can run. Let's do. If we add a CQ direction tag to all of them, then we can run this command once instead of 4 times, which is nice. So we just need to rerun these commands for each direction. North. East is positive X. That's fine. And so X instead of Z, and positive instead of negative. Maybe I should have tested this to make sure that it works before I'm copy pasting all of it, but whatever. Now we're doing it. South is then positive Z, so that's just going to be that, and CQ south, and then west is going to be negative X west. Good, and that should mean that we now, after this, have force loaded areas about 15,000 blocks out. Good times. Will it work? Who knows? But there's only one way to find out. Okay. Let's hook up the actual action of starting the game to this thing. Wherever that is 3, I think. Here, start game. So if there are players on some team, then we run the start game, which is only basically going to forward to that thing. So start the countdown state. This is kind of an unnecessary function, but whatever. We have 2 south. Hold up. Wait. North, east, south. Last south is actually west. And it's CQ west, and it's -X. Okay, good. Thank you. Oh, wait. We have CQ north everywhere here. East. South. And west. Good. So this is just going to be function, CQ, mode, countdown, start. That's all this function is going to do. Yeah, we'll do all the output of text and stuff inside the countdown mode itself. So that, if we have done something right, I might have that score already. No. We also need to remove the world border and stuff. Definitely should do that first. And we need to undo all the things that were... I guess that should happen after the lobby or the countdown is done. But on the other hand, things work really poorly outside of the world border, so I'm going to pretty much have to do world border set. Just set it out to the maximum again, yeah. I don't like doing that then, but maybe we'll just do slowness like a gazillion on players or something while we wait on the countdown. But that should do it for now. So if we reload this, it's now set to 15,000 blocks out, which is good. So that's way too far out to actually work. If this does, either this works right off the bat, or these area effect clouds just disappear and we don't get force loads. We already, I think, if we do this, let's force load query. Oh wait, what? We have 16 force loaded chunks. Why do we have? Oh, probably because I've been testing with this and placed it down in several locations. That makes sense. Actually, they're all around 0. Okay, never mind. We should get we should get 4 more force loaded chunks, and they should all be really far away. It's what should happen if this works. So let's find out. World border disappeared, so it definitely triggered. And we did not get any more force loaded chunks. And then that means if I do execute, or we can just do say at e type equals area effect cloud. And we did not get the north and south and things. So that kind of confirms what I thought before. Is that the POS thing does not work. Which is super sad because it would simplify things so much. It is also possible that it doesn't work with area effect clouds specifically, I guess. Maybe I'll try an armor stand actually. Just before we give up on this idea, because it would be super convenient if it works. Let's try an armor stand instead. And a nuke everything here except tags to begin with. I cannot remember armor stands. Invisible would be good. Oh, I lost my tags. Okay. So instead of area effect cloud with the armor stand, it'll be a marker one. It'll also be invisible. And no gravity. So that should be pretty good. We'll just try this with the north one, I think. So instead of area effect cloud, we'll say armor stand there, and the rest should be the same. And then we'll need to say armor stand down here too. CQ direction is correct, right? Yes, it is. Add this, run force load add. Yeah, this should work. Why do you care about no base plate if it's invisible? Half of that command is unnecessary. No AI, they don't have AI regardless. Anyway, let's just try that. Ooh, I should probably just function CQ reset here. Just to get back into the lobby state. Okay, so 10,000 blocks is fine. I'm on some random team, that's very good. Actually, let's try this. If I set myself to be spectator and then try to start the game, it will say no players on any team cannot start. Good. So let's join a team and then start the game. Reload. No, wait. Force load query. Still didn't get any more. Okay, so that just plain does not work. Doesn't no AI improve performance and prevent burning getting flushed away? I don't think. Small and no base plate are for spectator plays. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess. I don't intend to keep these. Regardless, it doesn't matter because it doesn't work. So we're going to have to do this the hard way. Sadly, the hard way's quite cumbersome. Disable slots might be redundant with marker. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, like the situation with marker entities is kind of awful regardless. Okay. What we need to do is we need to make a function that, given a number in a scoreboard, will move itself that number of blocks in a certain direction. It is not as easy as it sounds. Michael, the microwave, thank you for that read. Just streamed for 4 hours? Awesome. I hope you had a good one. Welcome in. I think the best thing to do now, given that this didn't work at all, is to just nuke this. So I'm going to just remove that. RIP. And instead, we're going to set up a function that... Scratch. I'm going to set up X and Z inside of Scratch. As to
Yay.
Is this how I do it? Yeah, this is probably how I do it. Okay. Mecha Gox, thank you for the poll. So we're going to do this, and then scoreboard players set $X CQ scratch 0. So now what we want to do is we want to run a function that moves the point of operation to that location defined by X and Z. This is not necessarily easy. So I guess also going to summon an area effect cloud, call it CQ active or something. CQ north, CQ distance direction maybe. Okay, so the point here is once we hit that area, that place, we're going to force load the area and then drop this thing, whatever is CQ active, into that location. So now all that remains to do here is to do function CQ. As we do mode countdown locate. And we're up to 100,000 blocks away. How many bits is that? That's 17 bits, right? 16-bit number is sufficient to represent 65,535. So we need one more bit than that, which means that we are going to need bit 17 here. So this is going to be fun, and we're going to need a function for every one of them. So it's going to be 17 functions in a row that look very similar, but that like have the amount of distance every time. So locate folder in here. I need to make a script that does this something. Move by bit 17. Okay. So basically that looks like this. Bit 17. Oh wait. We need bit 16, right? No, bit 17. Execute if score $x CQ scratch matches 65,536 or more. Run. Wait, no, positioned. In that case, we're gonna move 65,536 blocks out in X, and then run. Why does it do that? Run function. Run run function. CQ mode. Count down. Oh, no, we have run instead. That's why it's messing with me. Locate bit 16. And then we need a bunch of these. Actually, wait, no. Yeah, this might be fine. This might be fine. So then we do the same for yeah, for no, yeah, but negative, and then the same for C. Keeping all of this in your head at once is not necessarily easy. Okay, so now we have all of those. And if none of those were true, then we just run the thing wherever we are. So, how do we know if we ran that? Okay, God, no. We're gonna have to do all the tests again. That's kind of fine. That's this and if score C scratch matches 65,535 to 65,535. This is all made of horror. I just realized. Because these values could change between the executions here. So I might not be able to do that. The thing I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to do it in one function, one set of functions, instead of doing it in 4 sets of functions. Because we could do this for x positive first, and then x negative. I'm trying to not do that, but that might not be possible. Because there's no such thing as local variables in this language. We're all just storing to scoreboard all the time. So that might not be possible. RIP. I guess we could do it if we test for each thing individually first. Then maybe we could do it. So we'd have to run a bit 17 positive, bit 17 negative, or something like that. Or bit 17x and bit 17c. Local variables for actual programming languages. Yeah. This is just a big kludge. I would very much like to do this in like one go and not have to write the function 4 times over, because we're gonna have to write 18 functions for each one, so it would be nice to not have to write 18 times 4. But feeling like we might have to. I guess we could set a value that is just named after this function. Can you define bit 18 as the sign? It doesn't really help me though. Is the problem. But I guess we could do this. Yeah, okay. We're gonna really spam this scratch scoreboard here. What kind of map am I making? It's a multiplayer mini game. And the thing that makes it hard, the thing that I always bring upon myself, is that it's made to work in any world, and we're not preparing the map in any way. So everything happens in the data pack, and it's a data pack that you can drop into any world. MC function is such a weird intermediate case. TI basic also doesn't have local variables, but is also very much not made for recursion. MC function is heavily based on recursion, yet less that feature, which is normally very important for it. Yeah. Can you just simulate a stack with some data storage hackery? Maybe, but I can also simulate local variables by just naming variables prefixed with the function. Because I don't recurse into myself. I recurse into other functions. So we can do that. So what we're going to do is scoreboard players. Here's what we can do. Operation $x for, well, maybe just x17 CQ scratch equals $x CQ scratch, and the same for Z. Is this sufficient? It should be. And then we test on those instead. Because those aren't going to be changed by the other functions. I was kind of kidding, but you're right. Yeah, so the thing is, that's the problem. That's the whole problem, right? This programming language, if you want to call it that, is so weird that you don't know if something is a joke or the actual solution to a problem. So many things are possible. Very few things are elegant. Yeah, you're right. This one. Okay. So now that is... This should basically be correct. So if the value was higher than that, then we move that far out and then run this bit 16 function, which is now what we're going to create. And it's going to be essentially a copy of this, but a little more complex because, of course, move by bit 16. So that's going to do 16 instead of 17 on these, obviously. Let's just 17 into 16. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. Don't paste all of that, please. But then also, instead of 65,536, we're going to have whatever's half of that. That's 32. Oh, God. These are numbers I don't know off the top of my head. Let's actually verify this real quick. That I haven't... Yeah. That's actually correct. So we split that by 2. 2,768. And then also this value is then 1 lower. So that's 7 there. But that's not all, because these this value now contains upper bits. It's Turing complete, but I like Turing machines more. Yeah, potentially. Well, the scripting language just kind of doesn't exist really for Bedrock. It's experimental and not on all platforms yet, so. Before you copy the function 17 times, maybe you should correct xxzx to xxzz. Okay, hold on. Let's go back to bit 17. Let's see. Yes, I should. Fantasy ambience and for 1 hour is maybe okay. Maybe not. We've listened to 10 minutes of it. Let's maybe leave it there. Okay, so let's fix this one too. And then what we need to do is we need to strip everything above this. Actually, we do that first here. So execute if score $x CQ scratch. Wait, I could just modulo this, right? Scoreboard players operation $x CQ scratch modulo equals. Oh no. Okay. Scoreboard players set mod CQ scratch 65,536. $mod CQ scratch. So basically, at this point, we don't care about the values that were higher than 65,536 anymore because we've already moved that part. This song sounds like someone left their car door open. Oh, that's a fantastic statement. So, from this one we run bit 15 instead of bit 16. And this, I believe, is the function that we need to copy paste 16 times. The problem is, if I've done anything wrong, we don't know about that before I've copy pasted it another 15 times. So I guess we just go down the rabbit hole now, and we'll see when I'm done. This is a case where it might be nice to actually generate the thing, yeah. You should be able to just replace 16 by 15 in this one, actually, yeah. And then bit 15 by bit 14. I've already forgotten what you're trying to achieve here. You can use VS Code search and replace in multiple files in case something is wrong. That's true, but it's only true if the thing that is wrong is the exact same thing that's wrong, and it's not like a complete pattern failure. Okay, so now we do that, and then this needs to be halved again. So this is now 16,384. But not the first one. And this is 16,383. That's fine. We'll just replace those like that. And now we're down to bit 14. Yay! Okay. It's also completely possible that, like, I'm off by 1 on the bit number. So we might end up with bit -1 or bit 1 or something. But you don't want to know how much regex I'm guilty of using in my own Minecraft project, so it can be useful. Yeah, by mine. Sure. So now we can replace... So we put 13 here. And then replace... Wait. Bit 15, bit 14. Can I just replace 15 with 14 here? Yeah, I can. $16,384. We'll do that later, actually. Because now we need to replace this with 8,192. And then we can replace this. Bit 14 should be bit 13. Am I done? I think I might be done. Let's move on to bit 13. It might actually be bit 13. Script time, this looks painful. Is it gonna be quicker to write the script? The nice thing about making the script is that it's going to be much easier to fix it if it's broken. Maybe. Alright. What? Thanks. No, stop. Generate the entire sequence of bit functions. Okay. So basically, what do I need here? Maybe just for sanity, we'll go in the same direction. Or maybe not. So far, I'm only guilty of one Python script. Well, Python is my kind of go-to for this type of generation. How do you do this? Oh, actually, we need this insight here. Fun times. Bit plus the whatever that is. For writing. Just make sure it doesn't come back to bite you later. Oh, it always does. So actually, we kind of want bit. What do we? I don't even know. Maybe we'll try this out and see how it works out. We can do this, right? But then we can't. Okay, let's do it line by line. Creepy coding music. Oh, it's about over anyway. Some kind of string builder. Keeping it meaty. Hey, steak appraisers. Thank you so much for that raid. Welcome to coding land. Keeping it meaty. That's a lovely one. Hey, Rix, Emma, welcome, folks. If cap is 1, and then for everything we do cap equals. We could do this. Nothing wrong with some coding. Yep, hopefully. Assuming this works out. I still want my line wraps. It is actually a lot harder to code on stream because like I have such a tiny coding window compared to what I normally have. Well, these are fine. These we can just like throw in there as they are. With a new line, please. So yeah, now we've modded away that. This needs that. Maybe we do. And annoying viewers keeping you from concentrating. Oh, I don't know. It's definitely different. I wouldn't try to do like super complex things on stream, I don't think. So now we can do, instead of that, we can do this. Did you manage to figure out what was wrong with the code that you were doing for Rava's treasure hunt inspired? That's the same thing. That's what we're doing right now. And I don't know which thing that was wrong with it that you're referring to, but I think I figured it out because we've moved on to a new part of it. Basically, this what we're working on right now is basically the game start that is supposed to set the team starting locations based off of variables in a scoreboard, which is something that is actually fairly hard to do in Minecraft commands, which is why we've ended up here. So the cap is the above thing. That means that so max here is actually cap divided by 2. We're here for some of it last time. Oh, yeah. Awesome. And then next equals cap times 2. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna do cap times 2 in here. And then we can use cap here instead, because we need that value many times over. Do I try to make this fancy in any way? No, I think I'll just do... We'll do the old unfancy way. What in the world is that clip now? -1 actually. This is gonna be terrible actually, so we can't run it for a bit. Trigger bit -1. Nothing. Oh god. It's another one don't think thing. Must be difficult to think in Python and MC function at the same time. This I think will be the right thing. And that this will write a thing that calls bit 0, and that's the one that we need to... It's totally clipped with context. You're all trolls. What's with all the creepy music right now? Okay. I guess I'll just do... Okay, thanks. That's very uncreepy. I'll take it. No, not that. Hope I'm not a troll. No. You could avoid most of these traps. So that's the thing with that's the thing with coding is I'm speaking while considering how things should be, which is what makes it extremely difficult, because like if I knew exactly what I was about to say, then this wouldn't exist, this problem. I completely messed this one up. But you know, I'd rather not just sit silently, because I know a bunch of trolls want to just capture whatever with out of context thing. This is supposed to be Zivar.
Yay.
I guess I've just accepted the... It's gonna keep happening. I'm not a troll, I am just sometimes trolling. Okay. Sure. Temporary troll. Oh, this needs to be one less, so... The nice thing about this is, like, this becomes very complex, messy code, but it's then super easy to just run the thing and see if it ends up correct. Which it won't, very likely. But then we have something to work with. What is this doing here? Okay, and then at the very end of this, we do cap times 2. You're missing closing brackets and line breaks. Oh, that's right. Thank you. Basically missing this. There. It's extremely hard to see in this view because it's such a small window. Like if I was coding normally, I would have line widths like 3 times as long and stuff. But that's a potentially runnable thing, I guess. Let's see what that does. Let's get app data into my Minecraft folder, saves. What is this? Called CompassQuest, and then data packs, CompassQuest. We're super deep in like a folder here somewhere. Data function, no, CQ functions, mode, countdown, locate. There. Generate.py. Is it going to call the things through a bit? Whatever. Yeah, that should be okay. Nope. Oh, no, this is, as file. Yep. Okay. So that generated a whole bunch of things. So bit number 1, which I guess really is bit 0 in this case, right? Yeah. Depending on viewpoint, I guess. The function bit 1 deals with bit 0. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, let's look at bit 2, because that just there should be no errors in here. That references that correctly. Matches -1 to -0 to 0. Yeah, that's perfect. It's all good. Okay, let's maybe look at the 17th one, because this is the one we wrote by hand before. It should look exactly the same, right? Wait, did we not? This isn't regenerated. Why not? Range is included. Okay. Fun. Okay. Okay. That looks good. I want to say that this looks okay. Except that the bit numbers are wrong. So this should really be bit 0. And then it should... Yeah, this line should say matches 0. But... will this work? I don't know if it does. It doesn't matter, I guess. We need to... So what we should be saying is 1 less. Mode. Countdown. What are we gonna run when we're done with this setup direction, maybe? Okay. So, so instead of bit -1, we're going to be running the payload, which is going to be whatever we're trying to do when we're done. And I guess we need to fix this thing too. We'll just do this. If matches. Bedtime for you? No worries, steak appraiser. Have a good night. Yeah, chat's been pretty quiet for a while. I need to kind of get rid of a bunch of these functions that are generated now. They gone. Now they exist again. So bit 0 it says bit 1 here. Good. Whatever. So bit 0 takes away anything that is 2 or above, and then just checks position 1, runs setup direction, and now it says matches 0 instead here. This looks good, and now we just need to write setup direction then. And then what we should be running is bit 16 and not 17. The nice thing here, if we want to now, is we could run bit 32 on this and be able to run all the way out to the world border, since we're generating. And maybe I should just generate those. So that instead of 18 would be 34, I guess, or something. No, we probably don't need to go that far. How many bits do we need? To reach the actual world border? We probably need 8 more or something? Maybe try. Range 1 to max int? No. Nope, because we're talking about a number of bits. So max int would be... I mean, we don't need 4 billion. Because you can't get out there, right? In game, we need to hit up to 30 million, which is not that many 4 bits. I think we need 8 more bits. 2 to the power 25. Yeah, but we need 1 less bit actually. So if we do 26 here. What does that give us on bit 24? Yeah. So we are on 24. Then you can, if you want, set the game to play all the way from the world border, which is kind of silly, but whatever. So now instead of bit 17 here, we're on bit 24. So we're not running that much more code because it's exponentially more range with each bit that we treat. And now all we need to do is we need to create this setup direction function, which is going to force load the chunk and move actually, let's just move at S there. Good night, Leon. Thank you. So, force load, add whatever's here, and then teleport S to here. Finally, I'm back. I had to raid and run. Hey, welcome, Justin. Thank you for the raid. Once again, that turned out really weird in my notifications, by the way. This is super weird. Twitch couldn't apparently decide if the raid was the entire stream or just you. Twitch doing Twitch things. Okay, so what we need to do here then is execute as E type equals area effect cloud, tag equals CQ north, run. That Twitch mean Twitchy? Yeah, totally. A raid of 105 people, no one said anything. Yeah, I don't know who actually, like, what happened there. It did not look like an actual, like the raid went through. It's super weird. So we've set it up to be north here. Yeah. Imagine 105 people just being absolutely silent while the storm are building. Oh yeah. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna run this on north only before I try to do it on all the other ones. It's not terribly much code left, but so right now, yeah, we have 16 force loaded chunks. I expect to run. Let's just restart everything actually. But then I expect to click start and. Did it just move the entire start platform one block over? Center is in the right place. What? Okay, this just looks broken. Maybe that's from before? I don't feel like that was broken before. I don't even. Okay. Let's just run start game now, and it should force load a chunk 10,000 blocks away. We'll deal with that later. Force load query. It didn't. Dang it! Why didn't you? What wrong? That was all perfectly simple code. It should just work the first try. Why?
Derman Halls Feverty 20.
You're getting worse. Okay. I think I might want to nuke this platform before I try again. I'll just nuke it entirely and see that it gets placed correctly. It never got past 25. What? It never ran bit 24 at all. This seems to be very odd. So that's... No, wait. It had... No. X is 0. Oh, wait, no, wait. Yeah? Okay. Wait, X is 0. I should not have X at all. You can either play a world border or a spawn, nothing in between. Well, you can't play at all right now because it just doesn't actually do the thing. We need to reset X. We need to not have an X coordinate because we're only interested in going in Z direction right now. So that's one error, but that shouldn't have. That should have run it more times rather than too many times rather than too few. I is confused. Okay. Where am I here? Can I? Oh, I can't autocomplete this. That's unfortunate. We want to go from maybe here. Let me do this actually. So this block to like here or something. Just filled out with water. Including those. And that go away. Okay, fine. It's completely gone, which means that we can now do reset. That removes everything, or at least I'm hoping so. And now I should be able to do reload, and it should place the thing. It only placed one. Did it place it? Placed it in the right location, and I'm dead center. I have no idea what happened last time. Either it happens again and we'll have to debug it, or it doesn't happen again and it was maybe some leftover data or something. Okay, so now once again, start the game and see what happens. Scoreboard objectives, set display sidebar, scratch. Why is X 0? Oh, it sets X inside of the calculations, I guess, because it does an operation on it. So I guess this sets... Wait. How is this? How has it become that? Like, I don't get it. How does Z become millions? How does Z become this number? I guess we'll just run the thing step by step inside the game to see why. Okay, so first thing that's gonna happen is that sets Z to 10,000, which is what we expect. Oh wait, does it freak out because Z is negative? Okay, reset X. Oops, don't say it, run it. So now we don't have an X, we have a Z of negative 10,000. Very good. Then we're going to run bit 24. That starts by setting mod to that. Then it runs this command. So that set X to 0, which is a little unexpected, or a little undesired, but not unexpected. Now we run this, and that is incredibly unexpected. So it just doesn't on negative numbers. Okay then. We can deal with that. It's just very unexpected. Back to the code. Can't. So maybe you just don't do this way. Yeah, it's gonna be simplest. So we want, this is what we want to get rid of. So let's just do that, and then we're gonna do execute if score $x CQ scratch matches limit. If it's more than limit, then we're gonna do instead of all of this, we're gonna do scoreboard players remove $x CQ scratch and then limit. So this is a lot, just a lot less elegant, I guess, because we're just like listing out a bunch of stuff, but whatever. And then also if it matches the negative side, then we're going to add it instead. And then we'll do the same thing for z. And this should take care of both problems. It should both fix the weird modulo issue, and it also should make sure that we don't do calculations on a variable if it doesn't exist. So that instead got us this thing. Oh god, that's very broken. Stop. The right window there. We're missing a run. Here. Hello, Ellie. Ellie wants to come and talk. Hi. It's just sitting in the doorway. It doesn't want to come here. Okay, so that generates something that is valid syntax at least. So if it's more than that, then we remove that. If it's less than that, then we add that. That seems reasonable to me. And if we look at like the bit 0 one, then we'll, yeah, that will be easier to see. So if it's 2 or more, then we remove 2. If it's -2 or less, then we add 2. Yeah. Is multiple mean a mod here? Nope. Is the modulo operator not working for negative numbers by design or recommends this syntax bug? No idea. Absolutely zero idea. Let's try that then. Let's reset, reload. Thing is still in the right location, which is good. Force load query. Still only 16 loaded things, so let's click start and see what happens. I still only have 16 things. God dang it! Scratch. Okay. So now x is once again 0, which I had hoped that it wouldn't be. But z is -10,000 and z25 is the right number. So I don't quite know what's going on there. But it's at least more reasonable. So this should not match if x does not exist. Yeah, there are a bunch of people who are really old mods who are not around anymore. Moobot is very much a bot, as might be indicated by the name. Why? How does x become something? Alright, we're doing it in game again. Let's get rid of the chat and let's just run it command by command again. Let's see. Let's set Z. That makes it negative, as we expect. That removes x. Okay. So this is supposed to only run if x is 33 million or more. Okay, good. That did not run. What is it that makes x something then? That didn't. Okay. None of this stuff should do
Yay.
anything. And it doesn't, which is good, but it... Oh, wait. Does copying from a value set that value? It does. That's what the problem is now, or one of the problems. It's not the problem. But these lines are a problem. Because they copy the value and set it. Oh, I'm not in the right scene. These. So we're going to have to complicate those more. I'm at this point very glad that I made this a script. So this is going to be execute if score $x matches. What do we actually want here? Can I get this auto completed? Yeah, there we go. This is what I want. The entire range. So if it matches any value, then run this thing. Otherwise, don't. Then the same thing on Z. And then... Nice. Good one. Before we do that, we're going to then also reset the same values. The scoreboard players reset $x. That's X var CQ scratch. And the same for Z. So my hope is then that after this we either have a value if we have a value in the specific variable if we had a value in the generic one. Or otherwise we don't have a value at all. It shouldn't fix the problem. But it should fix at least a thing that would become a problem soon. Reset, reload, start game. Now we didn't get any value at all. Ugh. Oh, because this is an invalid command. Rip CQ scratch. If I'd actually looked at the function, it would have told me. Wait. Wait. This isn't... Oh, wait. Did I not? Oh, I forgot, like, new lines. Right? Yeah. This is a mess. I'm very glad I didn't write this by hand. So reset x25. If the x score matches that, then run this whole thing and copy. Okay, I think that might work. Ah! It ran it offset again. I saw it flicker and then it like pasted it offset by once and then put it in the right location. Okay, there's definitely something wrong with the placing of the thing that we'll have to look into. Sometimes it double places it and the first time in the wrong location. Because it doesn't end up in the right location. It just, like, places it wrong first. Really weird. Okay, start game. Okay, we got the variable in the right location, but still doesn't do anything. So what it is, we're expecting this line to run. Wait, it tries to run itself. It runs... Oh god. Oh no. It's gonna run like millions of commands only to do nothing. Because of an off by one error. Here. Wait, what? No? Yeah, okay. Does bit 0 still do the right thing? Yeah, it does. Does this do the right thing? Yeah, okay. Good. Infinite recursion? Yep. Hello, Pastor Buttoncaster. Hey, hey, hey. How are you doing? I wonder if this is something reset specific, because it seems to move one step further that way every time. Alright. Are you ready to see the glory of this working? Force load query. It still didn't work. God dang it! Why? That's ridiculous. It just never wants to work. Okay. The thing is actually... Is it an area effect cloud still remaining? Well, the reset command that I run deletes all area effect clouds, so it really shouldn't be that. Oh no. I know what the problem is. So I've just spent all this effort making sure that x25 never gets set to any value if it's 0. Which means I need to split this in 2. There, I think, and there, I think. Need to reload this thing. Okay, wow. What a mess. But I think it's right. Okay, let's try that out. Actually, we can check it, like, say e type equals area effect cloud. There should be anything here. No, there isn't. What happens if I just like stand all the way over to the side? Is it based on where I am? It shouldn't be. It could be though. No, it wasn't. But now it didn't happen either, so who knows? Hey, Linda. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. We're a third month. Thank you, thank you. Okay, what do we need to do? Start game. Force load query. We got a force loaded chunk. It's 626 chunks away. And then we should also have a type equals area effect cloud. We should have a north here. Oh, well, it's just called area effect cloud. Fully recovered would be a little much to say. I think I'm still weak. My back muscles are still weak. It feels a lot. I feel a lot more effort whenever I'm like exercising and stuff, but it's not hurting anymore or anything. So that part is good. But fully recovered would be too strong a word. Still working on it. Okay, so teleport myself to E tag equals CQ north. I should end up equals 1. I should end up 10,000 blocks to the north and inside of the ground. Negative 10,000. Awesome. Okay. Wait, this is 0? What? What? Would there ever be a situation where Mojang would allow developers to live stream Minecraft feature development? I wouldn't know. The first thing that would have to happen would be that the source code would have to be fully open, right? Okay, anyway, we got a thing that works. I am going to also set a custom name on this thing so that we actually get a proper output name. So what we need to do now is we need to run these, all of this for basically all of the different directions. So east is positive X, right? Yeah. What's this minigame about? It's a multiplayer minigame about collecting items while traveling back towards 0-0. It's basically all the teams get teleported in their own compass direction out equally far. So like north team goes 10,000 blocks north, south team goes 10,000 blocks south. You get a list of items, you need to collect those on the way back. First team to reach all the way back with all the items is the winner. So east, custom name east there, and then run this thing again. So now we should be able to copy these two and invert them for south and west. So for Z, that means the positive Z instead. I don't need CQ active. Remove CQ active. Okay, so this is south, that's positive Z. And then this finally is west, which is going to need the negative thing, which is this. But for X instead in this time. And it is CQ west. West and west. That should be it. Would be fun if some team gets teleported in the middle of an ocean with any boats. That could happen. Could totally happen. In lava, I guess we could do a fairly large spread player so that there's more chance that you end up on something solid. Okay. That's a huge mess, but okay. Won't spread place just not work if there's water? But that depends on the area, right? If you give it a large enough area, it will find whatever thing that's there. But the question is, how big are we willing to make that area? So I think what I'm going to try is I'm going to try effect give, please, give, at a blindness, effect give at a slowness, not slow falling. So blindness for a second with no amplifier, no particles. Slowness for 1 second, huge amplifier, no particles. So while we're in this mode, and this I should just be able to reload in, we should be completely blind basically. So we reload that in. Oh my god, that's very glitchy. Excuse that, I'm sorry about that. Why is it doing that? There we go. I guess it's interpolating still when that's happening. Okay, so we want basically a black screen. And also, I'm going to take that away for a second. I basically want you to be unable to move. So I'm pressing my movement buttons right now. You can move if you jump, which I don't know that we can do much about, but you will also be blind. So basically, the intent is to stick players in their places and also completely blind them. Boop. And now, on this screen, we will do like a negative jump boost. Does that do that? Did not mean to place that there. Effect. Let me try that real quick. Jump boost. Aha! I can sprint. It shows sprint particles, but nothing happens. No, so jump boost didn't really do anything. This is like maxed out negative. Oh, wait. Does it do that? 120. Oh, 128. Specific magic value. Very good. Okay. Well, no. It does something, but it doesn't allow me to jump. Wait, what just happened? What? Oh, it's creative mode kicking in. That's what it is. Of course. Yeah, okay. So that actually does work. Jump boost 2. I basically don't move. Nice. Okay, good. So that's a way to just stick you in place and place that. Ooh, okay. So if I sprint and tap jump, I can move a tiny bit. Whatever. Okay, whatever. That's fine. The intent is just that you don't like start running and whatever. So this looks like this now. You can inverse jump boost. Place a barrier over their head and levitate them. I don't care. Like, it's not. I don't want to start putting blocks into the world, really. In that case, we could just teleport them all the time or whatever. Surround them with shulkers. Give the player enough hunger that they can't sprint. Oh my lord. What we want now is we want to teleport them to their armor stand. Actually, yeah, maybe we do that. Okay, so I'm just going to do this. Execute if score $tick CQ state matches. I guess we'll do 2. So we have 1 tick for the stuff in start to happen. Then run. Not run. Yeah, actually run. Teleport at A team equals red, which is north. At E type equals area effect cloud. Tag equals CQ north. Limit equals 1. Maybe I don't want to do that actually. I probably don't actually. I want to run at this thing. Run spread players where we are right now. Spread the distance. I never remember these. And then max range. So let's say that you can like, and then keep teams together. Sure, that sounds like a good idea. And then the team. So this should spread players, everybody onto a hopefully reasonable place. And then we do the same thing here for... Maybe we actually spread the teams out a little bit. So I'm going to do like 1 a second. That would be east. And east is... What team is east? That... East is green. South is yellow. I'm just gonna update this while we have this open. Otherwise we would have text over text. And west is blue. Okay. So now we can close this and open this back up. And then I just want to let the game sit there for maybe 10 seconds. So now we've done this over 5 seconds. Basically, we're just going to have a countdown going that is a countdown from 15 to 0, and then we'll go. And maybe we'll actually do this. Execute if score $tick CQ state matches so maybe 10 seconds into this, we stop giving the effects. So then you start seeing, or maybe you stop giving blindness. Yeah, so then the world fades in. See you out. Can't see you, Codex. So the world fades in when you have a few seconds left, and then the jump boost and slowness are gonna wear off when the thing actually starts. If I was not as tired, I would say something about the west being blue despite being on the x-axis, which is red. That is inconsequential. I don't care about that. Okay, we just did a countdown. That's the only thing I want that is left basically now, and that's going to be just scoreboard, players, operation. Oh, what is this? Set. Time. CQ scratch. Wait, did I say 600 here? Used to be 200. So we'll count down. We'll do 300. Scoreboard players. Operation. Dollar time. CQ scratch. And the remove. Dollar tick. CQ state. And then scoreboard players operation dollar time scratch, divided that by 20, the constant scoreboard, which we'll have to put there. So load, put a 20 there. Actually want this scoreboard players add dollar time CQ scratch 19, because we want the thing to say 1 second left, not 0 seconds left as the last thing. And then we want to do a title. Add a title. Objective here is CQ scratch. Name is dollar time. That should do it. And then this will this should be pretty funny actually. If I reload this, it should do that. But yeah, say a negative value. Oh, that's very glitchy. Maybe I can't do that. Okay. RIP. Okay. We will have to complicate it more. Is it something with the fade times on the scoreboard? Yeah, well, it's because we are triggering it too often, basically. Holy smokes. Hey, Myth! Hey, hey. Welcome in, Raiders. How are you doing, Myth? Hope you had a great stream. I don't want to set the times, because I like the fades. What we're going to do is we're going to not trigger it unless the value changes. So basically, execute if score unless score for time CQ scratch equals or hold time CQ scratch. Run this whole thing. Scoreboard players operation hold time CQ scratch equals dollar time CQ scratch. That should do it. Yikes. Reload. There we go. Yeah, okay. It's a little weird actually with the fades. Maybe not. I don't know if I like this or not. Kind of. All right. Well, that's kind of good then. I'm kind of glad. Let's try this out fully. Reload the thing. Send us to bother you. Well, thank you, and welcome. Thanks for the follows, everybody. Okay, well, a bit of lag there, but okay. Oh, oh, what a troll! Oh. Okay. So I think what we want to do is probably we just want to give you longer blindness because the game might just stall. So I think what we'll do is we'll duplicate this thing and say if it's before 100 and we'll give you 10 seconds blind to wait. Yeah, that's seconds. 10 seconds of blindness. And then once we pass 150, then we start giving 2 seconds. Kind of what I expected. Yeah. And yeah, I know this thing kind of is not being put in the right place. It's being put like at a 1 block offset for some reason. At least sometimes. We'll deal with that at some point. It's not the important part right now. It's been like getting the start of the game to be set up. Okay. Well, that actually worked out perfectly. I didn't really... I thought that would override the... I thought the new effect would override the old one, but maybe it didn't. Either way, it's kind of fine, I guess. Alright, well, that's fine. That worked out. So what we need now is the actual item gathering and stuff. But this is kind of working this far, and I think we'll leave it there for this time. I thought Minecraft plugins were written in Java. There's no such thing as Minecraft plugins. So no. You can write plugins for some of the third-party server softwares. That could be Java. This is a data pack, and those are written in Minecraft commands, which is basically, and JSON and a whole bunch of stuff. But basically, it's the same thing as you would put in a command block. But yeah, instead of going into the negatives, this should probably start the game. That's we'll do next time, because it's midnight here, and yeah, I am not fully well, so I don't want to overdo it. Well, that was pretty fun. Lots of complicated maths and stuff there, but whatever. Who knows if this is sufficient for actually generating that much terrain if we have 4 teams in, and But we could easily extend the countdown to like a minute if needed, and you'll just sit there on a dark screen for a minute. So for those of you who don't know, because it was a while since we went through it, the idea is this is a data pack that can be added to any world, and it will start the game on that world, and that makes it a lot more complicated because we can't like set up the world in advance. But it's also the way I like to do things, because it makes it like a cool replayable data pack, and it'll be different in every world that you put it on. Countdown is server side, so should always be sufficient. No, that's not entirely correct. Because what we're expecting and hoping it to do is we're hoping it to like actually fully generate all the stuff around you, not just like whatever's the closest. Hey, thank you, Griffin. That's very nice to hear. I have too many windows open. Hold on. I'm trying to find my way to Twitch so we can pass on all this raid love. Let's see. Oh, hey, Logic. Thank you. Who the heck is online? Are we gonna find a new channel? I'm not seeing anybody I recognize. Maybe just find somebody smaller. It says scrolling through all the channels with thousands of viewers. That's all great. It Takes Two. What in the world is It Takes Two? Well, apparently it does take two. Skiz and Impulse. Well, let's find out then. 'Cause I'm not gonna sit here looking through the Minecraft list for forever. Newish games. Let's find out what that is. Join it and get some more slices. Say hi to Skiz and Impulse as we count down past 300 here. Have a good one. We should be back on Saturday for more Legacy. Take care, everybody. It's been awesome. I hope I don't get more sick, by the way, so I can't do that. But I'll let you know on Discord and Twitter and whatever if that happens. Have a great time. I'll see you all laters.